I believe we are live. Hi folks, just testing out. I noticed I went back and rewatched my previous live stream and the video was a little glitchy. So I'm trying ultra low latency in the advanced stream controls just to see if I can get a little bit better video. Wow, that was fast. Hi Micro Farm Starter, how are you? Good to see you. How's life? Are you guys getting some of this beautiful weather? We're about 60 degrees and sunny here today. What a nice change of weather for us. I gotta throw a feedback loop up here if I can and see if this video is glitchy at all, or is it a little better than it was last time? I don't know if you remember last time. Just get things loaded up here for a sec. Come on, there we go. It looks to me like the video is still very glitchy. Hey, Celtic Bear, how's it hanging? Oh, short, shrilled, and always to the left. Isn't that, what movie was that? Oh, you have great weather down there today. Good, Micro Farm Starter. Where are you at again? A little buffering, yeah, I figured. Yeah, this internet connection here is just horrible. We have DSL, it's just sad. It's blotchy, yeah. Okay. That's frustrating. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I think it's going to be a while. Kentucky, that's right, Kentucky. Yeah, that's right. You're the guy who does the is it bucket fishing or trap fishing during the floods or after the floods? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to do something better about internet connection. This internet connection is horrible. I'm going to try a different latency here quick and see if that changes anything. If I can even change it on the fly. I don't think I can. No, it's not going to let me change it on the fly. Okay, well, it is what it is. Charleston. Celtic Bears in Charleston. Okay. South Carolina. So you guys must have some nice weather, I would think. Oh, that's not you guys? Man, I'm meeting too many people too fast. I can't keep track of everybody and where they're from and all. Let's see, you were the guy talking about frequency and resonance. You were the guy who understood frequency and resonance so well. That's correct, right? God, I hope that's right. AC on in 70. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I just went out for a little bit. I took a couple of clip shots that I'll upload later of the automatic vents opening and closing on the greenhouse. We finally got a high enough outside temperature for both vents to open, so went and grabbed a clip of it. And I got a quick shot of the bees. I'll edit and pump those up later. Took a lot of awaiting time for the vents to open and close under the automatic control. I spent some time with my shirt off, just getting some sun and watching the vents. Hey, Yorkshire George, what's going on? Hey, are we more on your normal day schedule here? Let's see. If you're in England, you're either 5 or 6 hours ahead of us, right? I have friends in Spain. I think they're 6 hours ahead of us. So you're probably 5, so it's probably about 9 a.m. over there. Let's see, 2, yeah, probably around 8 or 9 in the morning. Audio still okay, people? At least, I hope. 6:16 p.m. Maybe I got it reversed. You're ahead of us. You're ahead of us. That's what it is. Oh, we just flipped time, too. We just went from daylight savings to standard time, so it's -4 GMT instead of -5 now. This is Kelly, his wife, but yes, that would be something your husband would talk about, so that's probably him. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Nice to meet you. Didn't realize you guys were a couple there. Hard to tell what's going on behind the username, you know. Okay, audio's good. Good. Wonderful. Thanks for the feedback. Awesome. Well, coming up here, I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about a lot of things with springtime coming and all, and I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do a live stream at some point here in the next week or two on the future of farming. So I'd love for you guys to be thinking about your thoughts and insight on the future of farming. I certainly have my own, but I'd love to hear other people's thoughts and input on it. What do you think the future of farming will hold? How do you think things are going to change in regards to farming and food production in the future? What role do you think robots will play? Do you think that we will finally rid ourselves of the use of pesticides over time, or do you think that we'll continue to increase the use of pesticides? So these are just things to think about for at some point when that stream comes up. One thing I do want to do is figure out when my viewers have the most time around where they could actually join a live stream. Obviously, you guys are around during my mid-afternoon time of the day, which is actually a good time of day for me. I'm usually done with my part-time computer job stuff by now. Good, starting a small farm homestead. Okay. So I guess I'll just talk about this for a minute here too. I'm setting up another computer here, basically for a live streaming computer to work from the greenhouse. I'd love to run it on the Raspberry Pi, but the Pi just doesn't have the processor power to do it. So I've got my old computer, which is a dual core machine, and I'm setting that up to be a new Win 7 64 Pro OS live streamer machine for the yeah, I agree, Yorkshire George. Micro farms are the way forward. I totally agree. I think that's going to be the way of the future, actually. I think this big farm thing, while it does satisfy huge production needs, I think it leaves us vulnerable in a lot of ways. So I'm glad you feel the same way about it, and I think I think that distributed technique that we're using with internet and broadcasting and all this kind of stuff is going to be the way of the future. You too, Kelly. Good, good, good. Yeah, I think that is the way to go. Yeah, I have a laptop, but honestly, Celtic Bear, that thing takes so long to even boot up. I don't think it would support live stream. It's really old. It was a decent machine back in the day when I had an engineering job. I did a lot of AutoCAD drawings and that kind of stuff on it, but it's pretty old, and I can't afford to go get a new one. And I have this old machine, and most of my live streaming, for now at least, is going to be here on the farm. Later on, I would like to set something like a laptop up and do mobile. There's a couple of people I'd like to interview who might not necessarily be able to come visit me, but if I went to their place and did an interview, we could. So I'd like to do more podcast type stuff along those lines. Anyway, so I'm setting this machine up, but it's basically the operating system's installed, all the software's installed, and I'm just trying to clone the drives and set up a RAID. I like to have redundancy. I hate having a computer drive go down and not have a backup. I really like being able to go, oh well, drive's down, the other one's fine, keep rolling, we'll fix it later. So anyway, so I'm setting that up. That's just about done. I'm in the middle of cloning the drive at the moment. So I'll just show you. See, we're cloning away here. That's just about set. So let's just get that in the background. Come out okay? Yeah, I guess you could see that. Yeah. So anyway, be thinking about your thoughts about future farming. Uh, you know, both in terms of, you know, size of farms, scale, farm infrastructure, food distribution systems. I think all of that stuff is going to change very dynamically in the next few years. And then, of course, we have all these other issues going on. Massive climate change, whether you come from the perspective of us affecting it or just the climate shifting over time. There's a lot of records, if you look into the ice core. Yeah, I can still set up slave and master drives. A lot of stuff from the records that show that our climate actually fluctuates quite a bit. Doesn't help the masses. People don't know how to go about food and gets to the store until it gets contaminated bad. Yeah, and they don't understand how much chemical input and how much of the food processing stuff has a negative effect on their health. I mean, for me, as far as I'm concerned, organic is really just the bare bones, basic, standard minimum. You really want to go above and beyond organic. Organic's a good base. Yeah, you know, hydroponic has its place. The problem with hydroponic, though, is you're not getting the all the biology in there, and you can compensate for that to some degree, especially with the use of foliar feeds and stuff like that. But you're missing that biological link, and so you're dependent on anionic dissolvable nutrients, and so you don't have the same plant biological relationships there. In fact, most of the commercial farming done with chemical fertilizers is effectively hydroponics in soil. They're just completely not using any of the biology in the soil. They're basically just, they put down chemical ferts and they continue to kill off biology, and as they do that, their soil crashes, and then their production drops, and their quality drops, and more insects and diseases come in, and then they spray more chemicals, and that has more negative effect, and it just kind of self-amplifies. Yeah, very much about trying to educate people. Yeah, we need the soil. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hydroponic either. Like I don't know if I think I mentioned it in a previous podcast. I actually played around with hydroponics and aeroponics both. Yes, you could add fish. You could do aquaculture. Aquaculture in combination with like soil-based hydroponics, where you're circulating the aquaculture nutrient through, but you're keeping the biology and the worms and the microbes in the soil. That actually works really well, and that's something I want to play with in the future. But I can only experiment with so many things at a time. It's hard to keep up with it all. But yeah, that's an excellent point. Anyway, yeah, this is mostly just a stream test, and I actually have another job I have to run off to shortly. But I wanted to see if I could get this video a little bit less jumpy, but I don't seem to be able to. Let me see if I can adjust it in OBS Studio here. I think there's a way to set output. Let's see, stream type, output, video bitrate. Oh, maybe that's, let's turn the video bitrate down. Let's try like 1000 maybe. Wonder if that'll help. See if we get a little bit cleaner video out of that. No, you're not keeping me. I'm keeping myself. I'm silly like that. I really just was testing out the stream here to see if I could get it straightened out. But I love how even just to come up for a test, we end up in an awesome conversation about it. I think that's awesome. I'm so glad you guys are as enthusiastic about it as I am. Is the video quality any less jumpy now? And I'm going to try and turn it down one more pop here. Tools, settings. Output. Try and run it to 800. Uh-oh, there's the phone. Video clear. Okay, that's good. I don't know who this is, but I think I gotta take it. Hang on. Hello? Oh, my car's extended warranty is expired. You should call us and send us a free check. Right. As the frame rots through the floor on me. Oh boy. I don't know how they got my number. I usually don't give my number out to too many people because of that. Exactly that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I was trying to see if I could get this video cleaner. Is video any less jumpy? I'm glad it's clear, but I'm trying to get that laggy, jumpy thing down. And I don't know if it's just my broadband connection or if it's my stream encoding rate or what. Oh, that seems like it's smoother. Not great, but smoother. I got honeybees coming in the window to visit me here. Robot call, yo. Yeah, you know when you pick up the phone and there's that like 10-second or 5-second pause, you know that's a robot. Humans don't do that. They were looking for my audio input. Hello? Still lagging a bit. Okay. Let me see if I can turn the stream rate down a little more and still keep video quality. What's my connection speed? Yeah, it's horrible. 0.75, that's decimal 75 megabits per second up. And I think we top out around 11 or 12 megabits per second down. Yeah, that's true, you are in the UK. But I figure once it gets to Google servers, it should be pretty clean. They have a pretty good content distribution network, which is why they're still the kingpin when it comes to online video stuff. I'd love to see a competitor for YouTube come up just to keep them from trying to censor us so hard. I'm going to turn this bit rate down one more notch and see if this cleans it up any. I think I have it set pretty high just because I'm used to recording local video and I'm always trying to get the best quality I can get. That actually looks a little less laggy to me here on this end, which would be nice. I noticed on my last live stream, I went back and rewatched it just to see, and it looked like pictures at 1 or 2 second intervals. 150 megabit per second up. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. Eventually, when we get the amateur radio mesh network in place on 900 megahertz, I should have 200 megabits per second up and down solid. Video is good. It's better than it was? Less laggy and jumpy, I hope. This is something I've been wanting to get straightened out for a while now. I used to have Windows XP on the old computer. It's better, it's not jumping. Good. That's what I want. And the video quality is still okay. It's not like horrible, like blurry like I'm a cartoon character or anything, right? Less lag. Good. All right, we're getting there. Fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. Much appreciated. Yeah, I can see even on my monitor stream here, it's better. Okay, good. I think that's a pretty decent setting there. I think we'll stick with that for now. And then if it's still not quite up to the job, maybe later on I'll even turn it down a little more. But now I know what to look at to straighten that out. and I may go back to what was it? Just regular low latency or normal latency later on. Yeah, I don't know. I think micro farms might have jumped out. I think there's only 2 people watching right now, and that'd be you and Yorkshire George. I mean, you and Celtic Bear. I'm all mixed up today. That spring weather gets in the air, it messes my head up. Okay, yeah, I wanted to get this video stuff straightened out before I went forward and started doing any, jumping into any real serious farming related stuff and all. I'm really anxious to get 1,000 subscribers, not so much for the channel or for, for subscribers, but just because I want to shave. But I told myself I wasn't shaving or anything until we got 1,000 subs, and we're like, I don't know, 869 or something now, so we're not far away. Major pollen. Yeah, we don't have any real pollen here yet, but I imagine flowers are going to start busting out pretty quick now that the weather's finally warming up. Don't shave? No. I gotta shave. Summertime, this drives me crazy. What I should do is just trim the beard back, but I figured I'm so close at this point, I might as well just wait and just blaze it all off. I look like a totally different person with all the hair shaved off. Oh, you were talking about doing micro farms. Yes, okay. I was confused. But yeah, I agree. Micro farms is the way to go. Lots of smaller farms, and that way, just like anything else, with a distributed structure, if one node goes down, we don't lose this massive amount of the food chain. We only lose a little part of it, and also in that we can, micro farms, small farms can help each other out much easier, like resource wise and all that kind of thing. You keep yours all year round. I did for a while. Was it last year or the year before? I kept the beard on pretty much all summer. Then end of the summer, I was sweating so bad I couldn't take it. I finally shaved it off. We get a lot of humidity here in New York. When it's 95 and 98% humid out and the sun's blazing down on you, man, all that hair really holds a lot of heat in. I like to get it off. It's funny though, when I shave it, the girls are always like, "Oh, I can't believe you shaved off your beard." But they're not asking me for a date, so I guess it doesn't matter, right? Yes, when disease hit, we could manage it better. Yeah, I really like the distributed infrastructure systems. And that's anything from servers to politics to government structures, the whole thing, of, by, and for the people. I'm a firm believer in that, and not just in politics, but in general across life. Yeah, I think it is going to be the way of the future. I think it's going to take some time to come around because we have a lot of big ag industries that aren't going to give up the fight easily. But I think as people become more educated and understand the ramifications of that, they're gonna come around. Yeah, we need some bad bugs to help the good bugs. I know a lot of people that go way out of their way to be super sterile, and it's not bad to like wash your hands or take a shower or be clean to some degree, but we also need to interact with those microbes. That's a big part of what influences our immune system. Over 80% of our immune system is in our gut. And if we're killing all the microbes in the soil, in the food we're growing, and then we're not getting those microbes in our gut, then we don't have them to defend us from other bacteria. And that whole system works on good bacteria being in place, and bad bacteria can't get a purchase if good bacteria are in good populations. So when you go through and spray a pesticide or an antibiotic, or you put down something that kills all life, then you have this open slate where any bacteria, good or bad, can get in and replicate. And I think we've seen renditions of that here and there around the planet, in farming and in human health and in animal health. What was the big scare a while back? The H1N1. My Slice of Heaven Outdoors! Hello! Welcome! Good to see you on the live stream. If you guys haven't, I think you guys all know of My Slice of Heaven, but if you haven't checked his channel out, you should check his channel out. He does a lot of good live streams, has lots of awesome people come into his live streams. Yeah, Monsanto kills all bugs, weeds, and people whenever they can. Yeah, they've long been on my list of companies that I'm not keen on. Did you know that Monsanto and Bayer and like 4 other major companies merged? And when I first heard that, I was like, oh no, now they're merging. Great. But I found out that part of the reason that they merged is because their profit margins are dropping and they're trying to stay afloat. So I think it's actually a good sign. They're actually starting to run up against what I've been hoping they would run up against for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, it was like Monsanto, Bayer, it might have been like GlaxoSmithKline. There was a bunch of like major industry companies along those lines that are like either pharmaceutical or pesticide, GMO type companies, and they merged. I think it was last year or the year before. It might also be so they can't be sued, but did you see, I don't know if you saw this, someone just kicked Monsanto's butt in a lawsuit out in, I think it was California, on glyphosate. And what I read was there's another some 10,000 or more suits have been filed since. And now, of course, they lost that first suit, so now we have court standing case law to reference. I'm hoping that that will just wipe them right out. Oh, you have them in the St. Louis area, yeah. Geeky Gardens, what's going on? Good to see you. How's it going today? Video look a little better to you today, Geeky? A little less laggy? We did some tweaking here. I think we got it straightened out. What's growing on? Love it. Well, I know I'm off camera for the moment, but I don't know if you guys I don't know what's going on here. I think maybe because it's springtime, my metabolism is changing. I usually only eat once a day, and I'm usually not hungry all day when I do that. But I'll tell you what, the last couple days, man, I've been getting hungry late afternoon, like wicked hungry. And I still don't eat, because I don't want to screw up my usual food schedule, but, oh, they did hydro, they're doing hydro too? Bayer Monsanto is? What, the home hydro? I'm not sure I know what the home hydro is. We tweaked it good. Yeah, we did. Dialed her right in. So they bought a hydroponic company, or they're expanding into hydroponics? I know they also bought some patent on cannabis as well. AeroGarden, okay. Yeah, the aeroponic is definitely the most efficient growth speed for hydroponics. That was the one that that I ultimately ended up experimenting with, that I found to be most productive. Yeah, it must be getting me ready for summer, spring, summer. That's alright. Sometimes I eat a little more in the summer because I am pretty active in the summer. Video does look much better. Audio is good as well. Good. Yeah, I changed down the stream bit rate. I think it was at like 1800. We're down to like 500 now. My DSL connection can't handle. It's kind of like dial-up. Well, let's see. I think we're going to restart this other computer. No, I think we're done with. Finish. More in the winter and less active. Yeah, that is a bad combo. But, you know, your body kind of has its own mind about what it wants to do sometimes. Most of the people I know are like, you only eat once a day? You're starving to death. I'm like, no, I'm not. My mother-in-law was up this last summer, and she's probably 450, 500 pounds. She's very overweight. One of the first words out of her mouth was, "You're too skinny, you need to eat something." And I had to bite my lip. Let's see if this clone was successful on this hard drive, finally. Been through about 15 renditions trying to get it straight. Yeah, I do try to listen to my body. I just find if I eat during the day, I end up really lethargic and tired afterward, so I try not to eat in the daytime. I used to drink about 6 cups of coffee a day. I'm down to between 2 and 3 now, so I'm doing better on caffeine intake. If I could slow the smoking down a bit, actually I have slowed the smoking down a bit, but if I could slow it down a little more, that would be good too, I think. But, you know, one thing at a time. You know, one thing that might help you with that, Celtic Bear, is cutting back on carbs. Are you familiar with the keto diet? Yeah, drive clone success. Good. Okay, so I can mess with the rest of that later. Good. I don't know if you caught it before Geeky Gardens. I'm setting up another Win 7 machine for the greenhouse for live streaming, so I can stream from out there. Raspberry Pi won't quite cut it for that. So who else have we got here? We got Yorkshire George, Celtic Bear, Geeky Gardens. Oh, diabetic. Ah! And now is that type 1 or type 2? You know what will really help you with that, with metabolism, is magnesium. But not taking a magnesium pill, because a lot of that doesn't get absorbed in the human gut very well. But there's something called magnesium oil, which you can make yourself from water. Type 2, yeah. I was a borderline type 2 diabetic, and I actually changed my diet, and I don't get those, like, I used to get like blood sugar crashes where I would almost pass out. I was eating way too much carbs and sugars. You know, those things are so addictive, and actually the more of that stuff you eat, the more of those type of bacteria end up in your gut system, and so they'll start to program your gut to tell your mind to eat more carbs and sugars. Really interesting cycle that gets going there. But one of the things that will help you with that is magnesium oil. You buy the flakes, the magnesium flakes. Actually, let me get you a link here. And you can make your own magnesium oil. There's actually I'll shoot you a link from my channel too on how to make it. It's really easy. And you put it on once or twice a day. Put it on your whole skin. It's called a foliole spray, much like foliar feeding plants. You can foliar feed your skin with certain nutrients. And that'll help tremendously. Magnesium does so many things in the human body. Well, I'll pull up a link on that too in a sec. Let me just find a couple links here now that we're on the subject, because this is one that I think will help you a lot. Magnesium bath crystals. Here we go. You can get them in large bags. Well, that's a 2-pound bag. Whatever. There's other sizes. I'll let you sort out which size fits you the best. But I'll drop some links in here for you, because I think these will help you. So these are magnesium crystals, and I'll go to somebody's here. I think Chris is home. And I'll go and pull up how to make magnesium oil. It's really easy. Basically just mix boiling water 50-50 with the crystals, and then use that as a spray with like a horse sprayer. Spray it on your skin, rub it in. When you first start, it'll itch and it might burn a little bit. Not bad. But as your magnesium levels get up, that itch and burn will go away. Let's see, here's the link for mixing it. Cheers, my friend. And then let me just find this article, Magnesium, the Lamp of Life. You'll be amazed what magnesium does in the human body. Natural News, that's the one. Yeah, so if you get a chance and you're interested, check these out. Obviously, I'm not going to try and make you do anything, but I think it might help you. And it's a real easy thing to help you overcome that type 2 diabetes. It is reversible. Are you familiar with the insulin sugar cycle? There's a good video on that. Oh man, I don't know where I put that. Scent. I think it's from Scent. Oh, it was to Tracy. Yeah. Tracy. More Tools, I think it was. I think that's the one. Let me see if this is the right one. This is excellent on, yeah, reversing my diabetes. That's the one. I think this stuff will help you out. Celtic Bear. Okay, well, I mean, obviously check with your doctor on this sort of stuff. I'm obviously not a doctor or any of that, but I've done a lot of research on it. I've had some personal experience with it, and I think those links will help you tremendously. Especially that last one. He really talks about the insulin sugar cycle and how that works, and how carbs affect that and all. Really interesting stuff. Anyway, I think that'll help you. Anyway, I gotta jump out here pretty soon here. I gotta go do this other job, and then maybe I'll jump back on later with another live stream. Really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you very much. Always excellent conversation, excellent people in here. I'm so glad to have met all you guys, and look forward to further discussion in the future. Oh, you made a response to the video. All right, I'll check it out when I get home. Awesome. Yes, it was fun. Thank you guys very much. Haskins, I'll check your video out when I get home. I got to go off to a job right now. but I'll check it out when I get back. And thanks, and don't worry about the slow response. It's okay. Life gets in the way of life sometimes. Alright, love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Pass on the love. We'll talk to you soon.